Hello, welcome back to my Minecraft tutorial series. So in the last episode we added these ranchers from Minecraft Reloaded to make a automated wool farm. And we redid the farm with all these piping networks to go back to a tesseract that would take stuff back to our ME network so that the farm is fully automated. Now I did put the tesseract back on the quarry for now. I have not tested to see if we can use a second tesseract for sending to that one tesseract in the basement, but I will do that very shortly. I wanted to show you a couple things here, which is if you put cows in the pen, the ranchers will milk the cows, and they can take 4 buckets each of milk, and you can pump that out with a fluid duct, although I haven't done that yet. I don't really have any use for milk right now. If I find one, I'll probably do that. If not, I just want to show you that you could use this to automate milk production as well. Alright, so one of the problems with our farm is that it's not full. I have got plenty more space to plant more oreberry bushes, but I don't have any more oreberry bushes. The farm will not produce more bushes. It only produces berries. It's a 1-to-1 ratio. So we get a lot of stuff from the quarry, but one thing you will not get from the quarry is oreberry bushes. Natura bushes and oreberry bushes have some kind of incompatibility with the quarry. It doesn't harvest them. You can see some Natura bushes just hanging in the air right now. That's not just because the chunk's not loaded. The chunk is loaded. There's that gap there. It's just there's nothing there. So they will not drop when the quarry breaks the block under it. They do not decay. So unfortunately, we cannot use the quarry to get oreberry bushes, and there's probably plenty down there in those giant water holes I have, but, you know, good luck getting them out of there. Okay, so I just want to tell you about those few things. I'm going to start up the Liquid Experience segment that I recorded last time, but had to cut for time, and then I will come back and tell you if the second tesseract works. In fact, I'll probably do that right now. So let me go see if the tesseract works. The second one having 2 tesseracts send to a single tesseract receiving. Okay, I'm back, and yes, you can have 2 tesseracts sending to the same place, so as long as the frequency is the same, you're fine. I want to mention one other thing, which is that this chest behind here is necessary because we're pulling out 2 different kinds of things. Saplings going this way back to the tree farm, and everything else going out to the tesseract. But there's no need to have a chest here or a chest in the sludge factory. We can simply pull things right out of the machine since they're not going 2 different places. So, okay, that covers that. The next section is going to be on Liquid Experience. Okay, we're ready to start working on our Liquid Experience. So if we ever have too many levels, like I've got 35 right now, I will go ahead and make a drain for my experience, which can go into a tank and make Liquid Experience. And to do that, we need something called an XP drain from OpenBlocks. An XP drain is pretty simple. It's just iron bars. Alright, so I've got my XP drain. We also need that to be over an OpenBlocks tank. So let's see here. They just call it a tank. Lots of tanks. Is it opened? No. Alright. I saw it here. Here it is. The tank, which is just glass panes and obsidian. And we get 2 of those, so pretty cheap. Alright, so how does it work? Let's go downstairs. I think I'll place it... Okay, I'll probably end up moving this. So let me go get my pickaxe and have a pickaxe. Get more stuff to fill in my holes. Okay, so now I can place my OpenBlocks tank and my XP drain on top of that. And if I stand on this, my levels drop down and liquid experience goes into this tank. I'm not quite sure how much it can hold. Looks like one tank can't do all of my experience, but that's okay. We can use a pump to get things out of that tank. I'm trying to think how I want to do that. Well, there is something else that we can do. OpenBlocks tanks actually connect to each other pretty well. We have another one, so there we go. You see, it just comes down here, so I should be able to step back on the XP drain. And there we go. I now have two tanks. Now there's some kind of rule about which tank you have to extract from. I think the first tank is the only extraction point, so I might make a different kind of storage for this. But actually, I want to show you how we get it back. We use a machine called an XP bottler, also from, obviously, OpenBlocks. So let's get one of those XP bottlers. It needs iron ingots and a glass bottle. I don't have any glass bottles. All right. Okay. I am pretty sure this does not need power. What it needs is some inventories. So we're going to put a chest here and a chest here, and we'll put the XP bottler. And the XP bottler has an interface that's pretty nice. It's pretty good, like thermal expansion almost. So, but it's got a 3D model of your block over here, and you left click on a side to choose or to select or deselect that side. So I can see the bottom or the top. So actually, you know, that's a little bit nicer than thermal expansions. So, you know, it's a little bit more clear what the reverse side is, because you've got the back of it or the bottom. The bottom on thermal expansion is underneath, and then there's bottom right is actually the back. So, you know, this is much clearer that this side is the back with a 3D model here. So that's kind of nice. So we want to get bottles from one side, and that's going to be our left side where I'll put the bottles in. So here's some glass bottles. The right side, oh, and I should say you right click shift, no, not shift, right click and hold to drag the model. Left click on the side. The right side is where we're going to eject our bottles to, and the bottom is where our experience is, assuming it can get from that. Let's see if it can. It can, so auto drink means it's going to pull in stuff whenever it has to. I will auto eject the experience bottles, and I will auto extract. Here we go. Becomes a bottle of enchanting from Minecraft, which you can use to get your experience back. So I have a drain, I have a tank, and I can make bottles of enchanting to bottle up my experience. Pretty nice. All we need is a supply of glass bottles. So that's pretty nice. I can now get back however many levels I want to go into, you know, whatever I want to enchant. They also have auto enchanting tables and auto anvils, which I don't know, those concern me a little bit in how much they do, so I don't know. I saw a wiki that said you might lose some experience when you use those bottles. So 10 bottles got us 4, almost 5 levels, so I don't know how many bottles we would need, and obviously I'm a little bit low on glass at the moment because I don't have any good supply of sand. But anyway, I can drain my experience, put it in here, so maybe I'll go make that enchantment table so you can see how we might enchant, oh, I don't know, a book or something. Let's see here. Go to sleep real quick, make it daytime. I like it be daytime. Daytime's when solar power is. Alright, so I know we need an enchanting table for this. I'm going to need the bookshelves too. Otherwise we can't enchant very much. I won't worry about that. I'll just take the enchantment table. We'll do a level 1 enchant or a small level enchant just to show you how it works, and then I'll fix the setup. Not quite sure I'm going to do that just yet, but okay, so the auto enchanting table with redstone and iron. There we go, an auto enchantment table. So let's go back downstairs. Way downstairs. Let's just, where's my axe? I'll just go ahead and take these out for now. Alright, so here is my auto enchantment table. Need a book. I don't have a book. I need leather. And I need paper. Okay, so it's a pretty similar setup. Now, this one is this slot. The topmost is the left slot. This one is the right slot where it's going to eject to. So we can pull things in from inventories, although I'm not sure about that feature. I guess if you had tons of experience, have an XP farm, you can just make books to your heart's content and, you know, maybe find the right enchanting books that you want. And that's probably something I might actually want to do, but I don't want to do that just yet. So from the bottom, I will auto drink. Once I set up to do that. Okay, it's going to get some experience. Let's see here. I think I need the books to be here. But I'm going to try a level 30 enchant on this and see what we get. It's not doing anything, so I'm thinking we can't do a level 30 enchant. So let's do a level 1 enchant. Yeah, okay, that worked instantly. Sharpness 1. Okay, so yes, I do need the books to get up to level 30 on an enchant. So I'll have to fix that setup if I want to do that. In fact, you know, making enchanted books, this might be a very useful thing. I saw on DireWolf recently that he had some auto activators to get those ore berries into experience, turn them into liquid experience, suck them in, and put them in a tank. So that may be the best solution if I want tons of books, but I'm not sure just yet how we're going to do that. Right now, I just wanted to make sure I could take my experience, put it into a tank, and then use that for enchanting. That was what I was going to do before. I was going to enchant some diamond armor. Although, you know, enchanting books and using the anvil might be... I don't know. It's kind of luck of the draw if I do it here. And I could, if I enchanted books, it would be specific. It's just... I guess to have a bit more control, we need to generate a bunch of those books. Yeah. I might need a better XP farm for that, so I might just go ahead and... Alright, you know, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I will show you the auto anvil. The auto anvil is just like the auto enchantment table. Just drinks in that liquid experience, and it automatically repairs things. So, need the anvil for this recipe. missing? I have no iron ingots. I'm trying to build a high voltage solar array, and it requires a lot of resources. So, do I have enough stuff now? There we go. Alright, there we go. An auto anvil. Okay, so I'll put my auto anvil here. Let's see here. Why don't I repair my boots? The question is, can I do that with just bronze? Okay, the bucket is where we get experience from. That's on the bottom. We're gonna auto drink. Okay, so we're about out of experience. It hasn't been able to do it so far. I don't know if it doesn't have enough experience to do this, or if there's some other problem. But I have tons of essence berries up here. Oh, I'm like, why am I going so slow? Oh, my boots have the... Alright, let's just get a stack of these essence berries. I can't imagine I need more than that many levels. Get some XP, let it drink. Okay, yeah, it didn't have enough experience. And I can repair it with just one bronze ingot. So, perfect. Okay. My boots are now back to good. Which is nice, because I like those boots. I do not know what happens to experience that it drinks when you break it. I'm going to guess it's lost. So... I'm going to have to think about how I want to make this setup. So I guess I probably will use the liquid XP, and you don't have to do the manual enchants. So we can drain all our XP and just use whatever we need to get up to that, which I think should be fine. So I'm going to work on that setup, and I'll come back and show you how I've changed it. Back in a flash. Okay, so I think I need a bigger tank, really, to store liquid experience. So I'm going to make one of those Railcraft tanks I usually build to store lava, but I didn't need one for this with the Ender tank. But I'll use the rolling machine, and I wanted to show you that this doesn't actually have very much power from the electrical engine. It's not good enough, so we may need to do something about that, but I'll do it later. So as you can see, it just drains down, drains down, drains down. So 4 iron ingots in a pattern like this in the rolling machine will make 4 iron plates. If I've done my math right, we need 56 iron plates, and the last one you have to click on. That's so you can do some automation with that pattern. But there we are, 56 iron plates. Let's go back over here and I'll show you how we make an iron tank from Railcraft. I should have kept those things. Oh well. Okay, so I think I need... Okay, so... Sorry, let me start over. A Railcraft iron tank is a multi-block tank structure where the bigger it is, the more buckets of stuff it holds. I'm going to build a 5x5 tank. The diameter of the tank can be 3, 5, 7, and it has to be odd, starting at 3. So I'm going to build a 5x5. Height can be 4, 5, 6, 7, or 8. I don't know. I like 5x5. That sounds pretty good to me. So, if I am correct, we need 64 of these iron tank walls to get that. 8, 16, 24, 32, blah, blah, blah. Okay, 64 tank walls. I believe we also need 40 of these iron tank gauges. And the gauges show you how much is in there, and they make the tank transparent so you can see what's in there. So that's kind of nice. So I'm going to use this for most of the outside walls. Alright, it requires iron plates and glass panes. And I think we need 40. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 8 is 40. And we need some of these iron tank valves. You get 8. We're only going to use 2, but you have to make them in batches of 8. So, alright, so let's go downstairs and I'll show you how to make this iron tank. I'm going to make it in the sub-basement, and let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I think that's what I said. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. So, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I'm going to make the floor be iron tank walls. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think I may have miscounted. I don't think I accounted for that. Okay, we need one place open on the top for the liquid to come in. Actually, I guess I must have, because I've got plenty of it. So, iron tank valve in here. So, gauges on all the walls. Now, I'm going to pump it out right here. So we want the valve right here, and this has to be in the bottom 2 layers if you're pumping out. If you're putting liquid into the tank, it can be pretty much anywhere. But if you're taking stuff out, it's got to be in the bottom 2. And there you can see when I finished it, the tank changed. This can hold 2 million millibuckets or 2,000 buckets. So that is a giant tank. Let me grab the scaffolding. I want to build a few holes in the floor so I can see what I'm doing when we get up there. I guess I should, well, I've got plenty of stone to fix this. Alright. So here is our pump. I need some fluid ducts. And here's where our OpenBlocks tank is going to go. Should not have taken my drain away, but there we go, got that back. So, there we are. I'll see how that looks upstairs. Don't know if I like it being right next to that. I might want to move this over. I will think about that later, but for now I'll just go ahead and do it to make sure the setup works. So I'm going to need some experience because I've already drained myself. No, not the crafting mod. One thing I don't like about AE is that the crafting monitor looks so similar to the crafting terminal. I know this is a crafting grid and this is not, but I mean, come on, they're pretty similar, and I often go to the wrong one. I separated them so that the one I went to closer would be the one, but maybe I need to change it and have this one be next to it, because I always seem to run to the controller. Whatever. Alright, what do I need? Essence berries. Alright. Let's get some levels. There we go, that should be good. So if I go over to my drain, I drain that out into the tank. Does it drain into the iron tank? It sure doesn't. I wonder why. Fluid ducts there. Okay, the answer is we need to change this to be an output, and we need to put a servo in it. I think I can use a servo here. Ah, good. I don't want to use a... There we go. Servo, so we have some control. And our experience, we've got 3.3 buckets worth of experience in our liquid tank. And there's plenty more where that came from. So there we are, a giant tank to hold all of our experience, which will no doubt be necessary. And I'm almost certainly going to move that. So let me fix this setup to how I want it. Do I care? I guess it's fine like that. Alright, I don't think I care that much, so I'm just going to fix the floor. Sorry. Get me some smooth stone. Alright, let's climb back up there. What can we hide? We can hide most of this, in fact, it looks like. Okay, good, I like that. Get me my scaffolding back. Okay, so now what we need to do is set up our stuff somewhere that we can actually use it. So let's see here. How are we going to do that? That's a bigger question. Okay, I will go make that change and then I'll come back and show you how I set up the auto anvil and auto enchantment. Back in a flash. Okay, I'm back, and here is roughly how I have the setup now. I'm not sure if it's going to work. I haven't tested it yet, but I've got the books around the auto enchantment table. I've got this broken pipe because I didn't realize this, but you don't have to set up auto drink if you've got a pipe forcing liquid into the bottom. So as long as this is an input side, the pipe's going to push it in there. So I had it set up before, and the auto enchantment table took all my XP. So that's okay. I've got an XP farm going, so we're fine. But I want to see if this will work. So I'm going to say the left side is going to be my books, and we're going to auto extract. And the right side is going to auto eject. So I have it set up to go 30 levels, which I hope we can do now that we have got bookshelves and plenty of XP. I will stick a book in there. It gets pulled out. It did not go in there. I am concerned that the iron chests are blocking a couple of the bookshelves and we can't do a 30 enchant like this. Alright, so let me take this, and I'm going to break those. I may have to think of something else for that. And let's put the book in there. Okay, yeah, so they were blocking. Yeah, okay. So I'm going to have to set up a second row of bookcases over here to make sure that we have the level 30 enchants. So I could probably... I know there has to be an empty block between them, so let me test one thing real quick. I'll be right back. Okay, I found a solution, but I don't know if I like the way it looks. So this thing blocks anything from this direction or this direction. So if I have something here, a bookshelf can't be here or here. So I put them all I put the two that were on the bottom level over here and put amaranth planks on the rest of them. Not really sure I like the way that looks though, so I might just make enough bookshelves so that the whole thing is bookshelves and it looks intentional, even though the real reason is you can't put that in there. But I can now auto enchant books if I want. I got one for Feather Falling 4, so that's not too bad. I might see what I can get out of that. I have used pretty much all my ore berries though, so you know, might be a slow process if we don't get some more essence berry bushes. So I might have to look into that. Alright, well, that's probably time, so catch you next time.